99 Nights in the Forest just released a brand new class called the Fire Bandit, and I'm going to be comparing it to the Poison Master, because these 4-star classes are both 200 diamonds. And the first thing I see is I actually really like this appearance. This class looks really cool. Anyway, it starts with Infernal Crossbow and the Wildfire Potion. At level 2, your other tools have a chance to set enemies on fire. I honestly really want to see that. Does that mean every tool? Because if so, that might actually be really good. And at level 3, it has a 10% chance to get Wildfire as a bonus drop from chests. Honestly, that does sound similar to the Assassin perk. 10% chance for throwing knives spawn chests, so I want to see that. Alright, I'm in the game, and I got an Infernal Crossbow and the Wildfire Potion, and the first difference is that we do not have any kind of armor like the Poison Master. Anyway, let's try out this Infernal Crossbow on this wolf right here. Okay, I'm actually kind of impressed by this Infernal Crossbow. It does decent damage, it has infinite ammo, and when you kill a wolf with it, it automatically cooks the meat, so you can automatically get cooked meat with this thing really easily. But one wolf isn't enough of a comparison. I think we gotta go try to save the first kid, so we gotta kill 5 wolves. Okay, first thing to do, group up all the wolves, because this is splash damage potion. Let's try it out. Okay, that actually did very good damage. It got all 5 of the wolves basically instantly, and the meat is cooked too. So now I want to test out the level 2 perk, which is any of your tools can spread fire to enemies. I'm gonna test out my old axe on these wolves. Oh! It caught on fire when I hit with the old axe. Okay, so level perk is true, and it's actually very good because as you can see, it caused the meat to become cooked. Alright, well I only got it to happen at one time, so it's definitely not too common. The next thing I'm going to try out is try saving the second kid. It's going to be a lot harder because these are alpha wolves, much stronger than normal wolves. Can I really do it with just the Infernal Crossbow? Well, I mean, it seems to be two-shotting them, so this should be pretty easy. Oh, and I get cooked meat while I'm at it. Okay, I cannot say that was hard, because it was not hard at all. Infernal Crossbow made that pretty easy, and also an easy way to get cooked meat. The cultist attack is here, so I gotta take down all of these cultists. Well, actually, there's not that many, there's only 3. This should be pretty easy. This Infernal Crossbow does pretty high damage. Looks like I'm able to two-shot them when struck in the head. And it is easier to aim that Infernal Crossbow when it is first person, because the shots are affected by gravity, so if I want to land that headshot, I gotta be super precise. The next thing I'm going to try is saving the third kid. And I'll be honest, I don't know how this is going to go because this one's defended by 2 bears. Not 1, 2 bears. Is this thing good against bears? I don't know, we're about to find out. Okay, so the Infernal Crossbow actually does surprising damage to bears. But let me try out this Wildfire Potion that I just found in the chest earlier. Is that it? Okay, that did not do much. I'm just going to stick to the crossbow. That actually went way better than I thought it would. This thing does pretty high damage. Alright, where's the yellow key? Alright, there it is. I couldn't find the yellow key because I threw the Wildfire Potion and it was under a pit of lava. We saved the third kid. That went a lot better than I thought it would. And I found a giant sack. So far, the best thing I like about this class is definitely the Infernal Crossbow's perk. When you shoot a mob and it catches on fire, it drops into cooked meat. Like, that is really convenient for when you're on the go. That is definitely my favorite part about the class so far, along with the fact that the Infernal Crossbow just does good damage. The next thing I'm going to try to do is save the 4th kid. And this is going to be a lot harder because there are 6 bears, but hey, I got a good feeling about it. And I have to take on 6 bears with only this Infernal Crossbow. Maybe a few other weapons if I have to, but that's not my goal. My goal is to use the Infernal Crossbow. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hide behind this tree because I don't really want 6 bears chasing me at once. That just sounds like disaster. I don't think you would want that either. And so far, this is actually going pretty good. The Infernal Crossbow does surprising damage to bears, especially when you get a headshot. You gotta be precise with your shots though, because they're affected by gravity. Four bears down. I really like that this weapon has infinite ammo. And unlike the regular crossbow, it actually does such high damage due to the fire damage. Alright, that's all 4 bears down with only the Infernal Crossbow. Oh, and I found the ruby chest. I wonder what's going to be in here. Oh, we got a thorn body. That's actually really good because I did not have a good armor on. I only had the leather armor. Also, quick question. What is your favorite ruby chest item? Do let me know in the comments. I really want to know. So I am curious if you can get the Infernal Crossbow in external methods without using this class. So I'm going to try making some sacrifice to Volcano, see if I get anything. Drop the rest of the stuff in there. Except my tire. I do not want to throw a tire in the lava because, fun fact, tires are not sacrifices. Oh, I was right. You can get the Infernal Crossbow by making sacrifices to Volcano. So remember that, this is a pretty good weapon, and you could basically have all of this class if you just make some sacrifice in Volcano. Because I definitely say a main part about this class is the weapon. I better prepare before I put this one in because I think the boss is going to spawn. Let's do it. Oh, Cultist King's coming. Oh, the Cultist King's here. Alright, he hasn't noticed me yet. He honestly looks kind of dangerous, so I don't think I want to grab his attention just yet. I'm just going to snipe him from here. But I do kind of want to see what his attacks look like. So let me get him to half health first. And even though this is a strong mob, the Infernal Crossbow does surprising damage against him. Alright, I'm going to try Infernal Sword. I have no clue what Cultist King Antler does. If you know what this thing is for, let me know in the comments. This class isn't just good combat, it's also a pretty good support because I don't know if you realize this. You might not have thought of this, but whenever you're just going to be killing mobs with the Infernal Crossbow and you're going to be leaving cooked meat all over the place. And this is going to be super convenient for you and your teammates. I'm going to be killing a lot of mobs, look, cooked meat there, cooked meat over there. I can even put some cooked meat over here by killing this wolf right here. There we go. Cooked meat's everywhere. There's even the piece here. Yeah, there really is meat everywhere. Wow, I didn't realize how much there was. To conclude, the Fire Bandit is a very strong class, mainly due to the Infernal Crossbow. With high damage, infinite ammo, and the ability to cook meat. If I was going to put it on a tier list, it would be A tier, not S because you can't obtain the crossbow with sacrifices. Alright, but remember, we're not just here to talk about the new class, this is a challenge. We're comparing it to the Poison Master class. Because they're both 4 stars, they're both 200 diamonds, and we want to know which one's better. We're just going to do a quick overview of this class because it's been out for a while, it's a pretty old class. You probably know all about it, so let's get straight to it. So Poison Master starts out with a blowpipe and this poison armor. Anyway, let's try to scare out on this wolf right here. So the blowpipe has infinite ammo and it fires in bursts of 3. And when you hit the enemy, it inflicts poison. The main thing you want to do with this blowpipe here, to maximize the damage and effectiveness, is fire the darts at 3 different individual enemies. And then just switch something else. Let the poison do its own thing. Because the poison does not stack. So it's best to spread it between different enemies to get the most CPS. And as you can see, when you do that strategy, it does pretty good against saving the first kid. So now I have to try a blowpipe against some stronger enemies. Now that I have a spear, it should be a lot easier. I'm going to try against these cultists right here. Now one good thing about the blowpipe is this weapon is not affected by gravity, so it's actually like a gun. Alright, got their attention, they're poisoned. Then you just want to switch to a spear when they're poisoned because, once again, poison does not stack, but do its thing. I also have to show what the poison armor does. Not only is it decent armor, but it also has a really cool perk that I gotta show you. Alright, here's a scorpion and a wolf. It's time to show what this poison armor does because, you know, I've been hyping it up to you. I haven't really told you what it does yet, so it's time to show you. When an enemy hits you, they will be afflicted with the poison effect and take some damage. So it's kind of similar to Thorn Armor. This class has perks that make your poison a lot stronger. So not only does your blowpipe do more damage, your poison armor also does more damage. But you definitely don't want to rely on only the blowpipe, because I'll show you what happens if you do that. I'm going to try to kill this alpha wolf here without using my revolver. Oh wait, I don't even have a revolver. Without using a spear either. Since this thing has such a long reload, it's going to take quite a while to kill it. Yeah, see, that's why I don't only rely on the blowpipe. Okay, now we're going to try to save a third kid. And honestly, I don't have a great feeling about this because bears are Poison Master's only weakness. Like, this blowpipe is not made to get bears. Now, I know the Infernal Crossbow did well against bears, but this is not going to be the same. Alright, so poison's doing decent damage. The main problem here is the long reload. So while it's reloading, I gotta switch to another weapon, like this rifle right here. And then back to blowpipe. Then back to rifle. And there we go, that's a bears cleared. Although it did take me 4 rifle ammo, the blowpipe did aid quite a lot with those bears. Definitely hard to get them on its own though. Would not recommend killing bears with only the blowpipe. You better have a secondary weapon, or else it's going to take a long time. Now, there is one bad thing about the poison armor. When you put iron armor on, it actually works. You know what that means? The poison armor is not as good as iron armor. It's in between leather and iron. To conclude Poison Master, it's a bit complicated to use, so make sure you use a blowpipe like I did to ensure maximum DPS. So, which one's better? Fire Bandit vs Poison Master. Starting gear. Poison Master has armor, but Fire Bandit has Wildfire Potion. Armor is more useful. Poison Master wins this round. Starting weapon. Poison Master has Blowpipe. Good to spread poison, not good at single target. Fire Bandit has Infernal Crossbow. good single target damage, fast reload, and cooked meat. Infernal Crossbow is more useful. Fire Bandit wins this round. Perks. Poison Master gets bonus damage on poison. Fire Bandit can find wildfire potions in chests. I'll give it a tie. Overall, the higher damage and fast reload from Fire Bandit makes an overall better class. So in the tier list, Poison Master gets a high B tier. Fire Bandit wins. What class do you use? Or what are you saving up for? Let me know in the comments.